Hello everyone. So let's start solving today's Leetcode daily challenge question. So the question is count ways to build good string. Given the integers 0, 1, low and high, we can construct a string by starting with an empty string, okay? And then at each step perform either of the following. Append the character 0 0 times, append the character 1 1 times. This can be performed any number of times, okay? So a good string is a string constructed by the above process having length between low and high. Okay, return the number of different good strings that can be constructed satisfying these properties. Since the answer can be large, return it modulo 10 raised to 9 plus 7. Okay, so we have to append the character 0 0 times. This is not the actual 0, it is a variable 0 times that they will provide a number. Okay, and for one time, so here you can see 0 is 1 and 1 is 1. So we can append 0 1 times and 1 1 times. Okay, and the low and high is this. So if we see this example, okay, if we see this example 0, instead let's construct a tree. Okay, I will open paint and I'll show you. Yeah, here we have what we have 0 is equal to 1 and 1 is equal to 1. And what is our low is low, let me check once. Low is 3 and high is 3. What, wait, low is 3 and high is 3. Okay, low is 3 and high is 3. That means we want a string with the length 3 only, because low and high both are same. Okay, so I will increase the font size. Yeah, now here, first what we have an empty string. We have an empty string. Okay, now from this empty string, what choices we have is, we can append 0 1 times or 1 1 times. So in the empty string, if I append 0 1 time and if I append 1 1 time, okay, so I'll get a string as this 0 and 1. Again again, what choices I have? Again, I can append 0 in this 0 and 1 in this 0. Okay, so let's see here. What I can do is 0 and 0 and 0 and 1. Okay, so I'll get this string. Again, here I'll get 1 and 0 because I'm appending 0 1 times, and here I'll get 1 and 1. Again, in the next we can say next level, because what is our thing, low and high, right? 3 and 3. So our string should not be more than 3 its length. Okay, so again we have two choices here. I can append 0 1 time and 1 1 time. That is 0 0 0, and I'll get here 0 0 1, and here I'll get, here I have two choices again. That is 0 1 0 and 0 1 and 1. I'll get this. Again, if you see for this and this, 1 0 0 and 1 0 1. Again for this two, what I have, I mean what I'll get is 1 1 0. I'll append 0 and 1 1 1. So here in this case we have 0 1 and 1 1. That is why we can append only once, either 0 or 1. Okay, there can be possible example like 0 is equal to 2, so we can append 2 times 0 in one operation. So in this way we will stop here because our high is 3, so we will stop here. Okay, even if we can calculate the further level also. That is, I'll get here 0 0 0 and again 0, and here what I'll get is 0 0 0 and 1. Okay, so but our high is 3, so what we want to calculate number of good strings. Okay, what are good strings? Which length is between low and high. Okay, both are inclusive. So less than 3 and greater than 3, greater than 3 and less than 3. Okay, so we have this. I'll use a different color. And we have this one, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we got 8, total 8. Okay, so if you see this thing, okay, so what approach in coding you can think of? Like in the previous video, maybe it was a target sum question. Okay, so it was like plus minus and all. So there I told, if there are possibilities, there are choices. Okay, so if there are choices in our question that we can use this or that, then there is a possibility that you can use a recursion. In this case also you can use a recursion, and at the end, when your length is or you can say when your length um, when your string length is greater than our high, then you can stop this. So you will check with the all strings if it is in this range only, and then increment the count. So you can use the recursion for that. That what will be the base condition will first is you will check in each call if your constructed string is in between low and high. If yes, then count increment. The next thing to check is if your built string is its size is greater than our high, then you will return. So that will be a base condition. And what will be two calls? We have two choices, that means we have two calls. What is this? So we will construct a string initial with 0 this many time, 1 this many times. So let's say if we have 0 3 times, 0 3 times, and 1 as 4 times. Okay, so first I want to construct a string 0 0 0 and 1 1 1 1. Okay, then I'll append this to all the strings. Here in our case it was 0 and 1 because the size was given that one only for both. Okay, so you can construct this string before only, because every time you have these only two choices, right? Either this or this appending. Okay, so you can construct it in this function only, and pass it to the another function where you will use this recursion. Okay, so in this way you can solve this using recursion, but you'll get a time limit exceeded because already it is given that you have to do the modulo. Okay, because the answer can be large, so it will give a time limit exceeded. Okay, then what is the next thing? As I told you, if this is a problem of recursion and choices, then there's a possibility that it is a question of DP as well. Okay, so let's see how we can solve using this question using dynamic programming. Is let's see here only for better understanding. If I want, okay, uh, I can store in an array. Let's say I have an array here. Okay, and I want to store the yeah. So this is a 0 index, 1 2 3. We have right now 3 only, or let's say 4. Okay, if I can able to store how many strings I am able to um, what how many good strings I can build at you of this size, you can say. So here, how many we can build from zero, oh, sorry, in the initial string is an empty string. Okay, that means it is a good string. We cannot say good string, but we can say we can build just a minute. We can build how many strings at this level. That means at 0 level how many strings we have? It's 0. At 1 how many have? This is the first level, you can say 2. At second level how many have? We have 4. And at third level how many have? We have 8. And at fourth we'll get some more. Okay, but but how we will calculate? Instead, like, we cannot directly say 0 to 4 8 and all. Okay, so we have to calculate it, because here in this case it was like we can say we'll use a different example for that. Let's say, because here it is not clear, because we have 0 and 1 only at one times only. Because if let's say my 1 is 2, here it is 2. For better understanding, I'm using the another example. It is 2. Okay, now then here it will be what? 1 and 1. Okay, again for this we have two choices. What I'll get? 1 1 0. So here you can see at this. Okay, here I got string of size 3 at the second level only. Okay, so this is not like it is at the second level, that means it has a size of 2. it can be 3. So what I wanted to say is I want to store that length 3 in index 3. How many strings I can build of length 3 in I will store it in at index 3. Okay, so in this example I'll get let's say I'll skip this thing, and here I will say here I'll get one more one, 0 1 1, and here I'll get 1 1. So what will be my array? It will be 0, and with length of 1, how many strings I am able to build? It is only 1, that is 0. With the length of 2, how many strings I am able to build is this 1 1, this 0 0, that is 2. And with the length of 3 is 0 1 1, 1 1 0, and 1 1 1. Okay, so that I want to store. What I want to store is uh, let's say k length string in key index. I mean the number of okay, number of k length strings in kth index. Okay, so this is what I want to store. So how we will calculate at second position how many are there, because this is a tree, this is just we are doing. In recursion you will be able to find these things. Okay, at each level what strings are able to we can build. Okay, so instead of that, what we can do is let's understand what is happening here. So we can build 3 length string from which here in this case it is 2. Okay, here in this case here if I see here it will be I'll get a 4. Okay, not necessary every time we will be able to build a string using 2 length only. Okay, so what you can see is number of strings of length or with length let's say 3, which we can build from what it will be number of, in this case it will be number of 2 you can say. But if I have some more let's say what I can say is, let's say I'll use a 5 instead, or 6 5, and my 0 is 1 and 1 is 2. So if my 0 is 1, so I can append 1 0 on the string with length 4. So I can here I can say append 1 0 1 0 on string with length 4, or append let's see here it was 0, no it was 1, append 1 0 1 0. Okay, number of append 2 1 on string with length 3. This I can say, right? That means I can append 1 0 on the string length 4, so I'll get a number of 5. Or instead of or I can say here and only, because we want to calculate both. So I'll say here and. Okay, and I can append two ones. Okay, two ones on the string length with 3. So this is for what? Length 5. So what I can say is here, let's say number of string with length x is equal to, okay, is equal to number of string with length x minus 0 I can write, and also x minus 1 plus, you can say, can I write this? Is number of strings with length x. That means let's say 5 is x and 0 is 1. So 5 minus 0, 5 minus 1 is 4. So with length 4, and strings with length 4, and also 1 is 2. So 5 minus 2 is 3. So with length with 3. So this I can write. So this is our the main formula, okay, which we are going to use. So what I said is, instant number of string I'll use dp of I, because we are using dp one array, okay, to store number of strings at of size that. Okay, so dp of I is equal to what we can write, dp instead of plus I equal, because we are incrementing, right? Because we want both, plus I, or you can say just equal to dp of I minus 0 plus dp of I minus 1. You can write this. But the problem with this is there's a possibility that I is less than 0, right? Because I start from 0. So 0 minus, if my 0 is 1, then issue, right? There is issue. So we have to check if that is why we just we have to check the condition for both the possibilities. So instead plus we'll write plus equal to plus equal to. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say first we want a dp of is equal to new int. What will be size? High plus 1, because what we want only till high. Okay, now what will be dp of 0? It will be 1, because with the 0 length, how many strings I can build is only 1, which is the initial string. And now let's start. Int I is equal to 1. From 1 we'll start, because 0 already we have done. Less than high plus 1, I plus plus. Now if my I is greater than or equal to 0, then what I'll do, dp of I plus equal to dp of I minus 0. And if my I is greater than or equal to 1, then I'll write dp of I plus is equal to dp of I minus 1. Okay, but what is our answer can be large, so we have to modulo, right? So in the here also we have to do a percent equal to, let's say I'll use one variable, int mod equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. But now mod, and also at the end we have to calculate, right? And answer is equal to 0 for int. Instead of taking from 0, we'll say int low, because we want to what we want to find. Here we have only stored the number of strings with that length, but what we want a count, that how many are my good strings, that is from this count, where it is the 3 and 3, or like say low and high. So I'll find less than or equal to high, as both are inclusive, I plus plus, and I'll say answer plus equal to dp of I, and I have to do the module also, right? Is equal to mod, and at the end we have to return the answer. So let's run this. So in this way you can solve this using dynamic programming. You can try with the recursion also, you'll get a time limit exceeded, okay, but still you try this. Or if you want the video on recursion also, just let me know in the comment section, I will upload a video on that. So here you can say accepted. Let's submit this code. So here we use the one day array for this solution. Yeah, you can see the our solution got accepted, all test cases are passed. Okay, and here you what we have done is we have just stored how many strings with this length I can build, that I'm storing with in that index. Okay, and then I am just adding it according to my need, that this many I mean with this range only I want a string. Okay, good strings that I can build. Okay, so you can note down this, I mean for your reference, that how we are able to think in this way. We have to go step by step. Okay, so what I told initially is recursion, and I built a tree, and then I thought of this, that if you for this length of string I can build from this. So if I know the count of this thing, I can add this and build a string, right? So in this way you can solve this question, and using dynamic programming. So if you have any doubts, queries, please add it in the comment section. I will make sure I will clear your doubts. Thank you so much for watching this video. Yeah, one more thing is its time complexity is O of high. Okay, because we are using one iteration. I mean, we are using a for loop with high, right? So O of high. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. If you feel this video is helpful to you, please like this video, subscribe my channel, and stay updated. Thank you.